Good evening, here are tonight's top stories. A vagrant shot outside Lomada bar in Providence. Tragedy strikes as a fatal accident claims the life of a driver in East Bank, Essequibo. Meanwhile, a taxi driver is remanded for alleged narcotic possession, and a minor is remanded to prison for the alleged execution of a Venezuelan national. On a brighter note, Miss Carmen Matthews celebrates her 101st birthday. Additionally, 2 more men are found guilty of shooting and robbing a businesswoman. And, a woman discovers her property sold and demolished without consent. Stay tuned for updates. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more news.
Vagrant shot outside Lomada bar in Providence. An unsettling incident unfolded outside the Lomada bar situated along the Providence Public Road, East Bank Demerara, on Monday. According to reports from police headquarters, a man identified as Raj Muhammad, reportedly a vagrant, became the victim of a gunshot wound. The police disclosed that the incident occurred around 11:45 HRS when Muhammad was standing in close proximity to the bar. An unidentified assailant approached him and discharged a firearm, striking Muhammad in his left lower leg. Following the shooting, the perpetrator quickly fled the scene, leaving Muhammad injured. Upon receiving the report, law enforcement promptly arrived at the location, where they found Muhammad in need of urgent medical attention. He was swiftly transported to the Georgetown Public Hospital for treatment, where he remains hospitalized in a stable condition. As the investigation into the shooting continues, authorities are diligently working to uncover the identity of the perpetrator and ascertain the motive behind the attack. The community awaits further developments in this unsettling incident. Fatal accident claims life of driver in East Bank, Essequibo. In the early hours of Wednesday, April 24, 2024, tragedy struck along Farm Public Road, East Bank, Essequibo, as a fatal accident claimed the life of Derek Casoon, a 27-year-old resident of Lot 2192 Tushin, East Bank, Essequibo. The Guyana police force released a statement detailing the incident, which occurred around 2:15 hours. Casoon was driving motorcar PVV 8589 at the time, with 25-year-old Shazim Hanif from Zeelugt, East Bank, Essequibo, as a passenger. According to investigations, the vehicle was heading west along the southern drive lane of the public road at a significant speed. As the car approached a turn, Casoon lost control, resulting in a collision with a nearby shop. The impact propelled the vehicle into a trench on the southern side of the road. Both Casoon and Hanif were found unconscious and swiftly transported to the Leonora Cottage Hospital, West Coast, Demerara. Regrettably, Casoon was pronounced dead upon arrival, while Hanif was admitted to the hospital for treatment. Hanif's condition is reported as stable at present. The deceased's body has been taken to Ezekiel Funeral Home, where it awaits a post-mortem examination. Meanwhile, authorities continue their investigations into the circumstances surrounding the tragic accident. Taxi driver remanded for alleged narcotic possession. A taxi driver, 53-year-old UC Wilson, found himself behind bars once again after being accused of possessing a significant quantity of cannabis. Wilson, a resident of Edinburgh, East Bank, Burbus, appeared before Chief Magistrate A.G. Sherdell Isaacs Marcus at the Georgetown Magistrates Court, where he vehemently denied the allegations. Wilson pleaded not guilty to the charge of possession of narcotics for the purpose of trafficking. The magistrate remanded him to prison until May 9, pending a probation report. The arrest occurred on April 21 when Wilson was apprehended by officers from the Customs Anti-Narcotic Unit, CANU, along High Street, Georgetown. Upon intercepting his vehicle, authorities conducted a search, revealing multiple bulky parcels containing a substantial quantity of suspected cannabis. Subsequently, Wilson was escorted to CANU headquarters, where the suspected narcotics underwent testing, confirming the presence of cannabis. This isn't Wilson's first encounter with the law regarding drug-related charges. In 2018, he was arrested by the police for a similar offense. Reports at the time indicated that Wilson was apprehended while driving a motorcar on the Cove and John Public Road, East Coast, Demerara. During a search, law enforcement discovered a bag containing 8 taped parcels of compressed cannabis weighing over 3.5 kilograms. Wilson's latest legal ordeal underscores the persistent efforts of law enforcement agencies to combat drug trafficking in the region. As the case unfolds, authorities remain vigilant in their pursuit of justice. Minor remanded to prison for alleged execution of Venezuelan national. A tragic incident unfolded at Payuca Falls along the Peruni River, resulting in the death of 19-year-old Venezuelan national, Leonel Manuel Franco Beria, also known as a Frankie. The accused, 24-year-old minor Kane Vincent from Corey's Village, South Rupununi, Region 9, now faces murder charges following the untimely demise of Beria on April 18, 2024. Appearing before his worship, Mr. Tariq Mohammed at the Bartica Magistrates Court, Vincent was remanded to prison after the murder charge was formally read to him. He did not enter a plea, as the offense is indictable. The court heard that Vincent and Beria were both employed by minor Renita Andrews. On the night of the incident, Vincent, allegedly intoxicated, was reclining in a hammock when Beria disturbed his slumber by striking him. Enraged, Vincent armed himself with a knife and reportedly stabbed Beria 4 times in the back. Despite Beria seeking refuge in his employer's living quarters, he succumbed to his injuries shortly thereafter. Upon police arrival, Beria was found lying face down on a mattress, wearing brown 3/4 pants, with examination revealing 4 stab wounds, 2 to the upper back and 2 to the midsection. The murder weapon was recovered at the scene, implicating Vincent in the fatal altercation. Vincent is set to reappear in court on May 14, 2024, as investigations into the incident continue. The tragic incident underscores the importance of conflict resolution and the devastating consequences of violence, leaving a community grappling with the loss of a young life while seeking justice for the victim and accountability for the accused. Miss Carmen Matthews celebrates 101st birthday. Ms. Carmen Matthews, a resilient resident of Thomas Street, Kitty, may have left her roots in Dukestown, Corriverton, Burbus, but her spirit remains deeply connected to her hometown as she celebrates her remarkable milestone of 101 years. Born on April 16, 1922, in the serene surroundings of No. 51 Village on the Quarantine, Ms. Matthews embodies the values of hard work and tradition instilled in her from her early days in Dukestown. Described fondly by her friends and family as an industrious soul grounded in old-school principles, Ms. Matthews does not shy away from speaking her mind. Her unwavering stance against disrespect and laziness is matched only by her bravery and compassion, always ready to lend a helping hand in times of need. Despite the trials life has presented, including the loss of her 2 sons at a young age, Ms. Matthews has remained resilient, nurturing her niece and cherishing the memories of her youth. Her sharp memory continues to be a source of guidance and support for her loved ones, offering valuable insights and information whenever called upon. In her younger years, Ms. Matthews enjoyed the simple pleasures of life, from lively gatherings to tending to rice fields, embracing the joys of family and community. Today, she finds solace in visiting her relatives, bridging the gap between past and present with each heartfelt reunion. As Ms. Carmen Matthews celebrates her 101st birthday, her legacy of strength, love, and wisdom continues to inspire all who have the privilege of knowing her, a testament to the enduring spirit of Dukestown's beloved daughter. Two more men found guilty of shooting and robbing businesswoman. In a significant ruling by the Georgetown Magistrates Court on Tuesday, 2 men, Jermaine Hassan and Russell Bowman, were found guilty of shooting and robbing a Surbrianville businesswoman back on February 6, 2021. After a lengthy 3-year trial, Magistrate Dylan Bess deemed the evidence presented against them by the prosecutor to be overwhelming, resulting in their conviction for armed robbery. Hassan, 35, hailing from 207 De Silva Street, Newtown, and Bowman, 38, residing at 8th Street, Cummings Lodge, East Coast Demerara, appeared before Magistrate Bess, where their bail was revoked following the guilty verdict. Both men were remanded to prison until their sentencing scheduled for May 20, 2024. Earlier in February, one of their accomplices, Ronley Rampersad, a watchman, pleaded guilty to the same offense after spending 19 months on remand. Rampersad received a 5-year prison sentence for robbery under arms, along with additional terms for grievous bodily harm and firearm-related charges. Another accomplice, Orvin Grant, was sentenced in absentia to 5 years in prison for robbery under arms. Grant's sentence will commence upon his apprehension, as he failed to return to court after being granted bail. Reports indicate that the 4 men arrived at the businesswoman's residence in a black wagon motorcar, where they robbed her in broad daylight. Witnesses recounted hearing the woman's cries for help and gunshots during the incident. The victim sustained gunshot wounds to her left leg and was rushed to Georgetown Public Hospital for treatment. Since their arrest, the suspects have been linked to other criminal activities in the Kitty area, with Rampersad and Bowman having prior encounters with law enforcement. Rampersad, previously convicted of armed robbery conspiracy, was acquitted in 2015, while Bowman, a taxi driver, was apprehended in 2019 for illegal firearm possession and driving offenses. Woman discovers property sold and demolished without consent. In a startling turn of events, a 45-year-old woman from Tucson, East Bank Essequibo, EB, found herself in disbelief after learning that her property had been sold and demolished without her knowledge. Amadel Green, the owner of the property, expressed shock and frustration upon discovering the situation while conversing with a neighbor at Bourda Market. According to Green, the property, located at Lot 1040 Block 8 Plantation Tucson, EB, was sold sometime between January and February 2024. Green, who became the owner of the property following her husband's passing 14 years ago, alleged that her stepson orchestrated the sale without her consent. The revelation came when a neighbor informed Green about the demolition of her property during a chance encounter at Bourda Market. Green, who had been staying in Georgetown for 4 months to assist her daughter with her newborn, rushed to Tucson to verify the claims. Upon arriving at the property, Green was devastated to find her home dismantled, with her belongings scattered on the land. She recounted the shocking discovery, stating, "The place broke down when I went home, my pot, mattress, they were on the land. This place broke down." Seeking answers, Green learned from neighbors that her stepson had sold the property. Despite denying any involvement in the sale, Green's stepson allegedly admitted to the transaction when questioned by neighbors. Determined to seek justice, Green filed a report at a nearby police station. Subsequently, an agreement was reached between Green and her stepson, stipulating a compensation of $3.7 million for the property's evaluation. However, Green claimed that her stepson has failed to fulfill the agreement, prompting her to pursue legal action to ensure proper compensation. Meanwhile, authorities are awaiting statements from the individuals who purchased the land as part of their ongoing investigation. The incident underscores the importance of property rights and the legal ramifications of unauthorized transactions, leaving Green grappling with the aftermath of the ordeal as she seeks recourse through the judicial system.